It's important to keep moving, keep the sampling for different parameters. You can jump now to the salinity, and we will take out our hydrometer. Fill this with sample water from the side, and again we're going to rinse this 3 times. The way we measure salinity is by measuring the specific gravity of the sample. And as you rinse this, just take maybe fill it 1/3 of the way full. Make sure you get all the sides. And again, we're just removing anything from the last time you were sampling. And again, we're rinsing 3 times. Everything is rinsed 3 times. We will measure the specific gravity of the sample. And this time we're taking the sample from the side as well. And you want to fill it almost to the top. With sample water, maybe a little more. Salinity is a measure of dissolved particles in your sample. So the more there are, the higher the salinity, the higher this will float. I'm going to give this a quick rinse as well with the sample water. Drop this in, give it a little spin to kind of clean that off. And wherever this settles out, wherever this sits, will tell us something about, again, the specific gravity. Using the measurement of specific gravity and the temperature of the sample, we can calculate the salinity. It's important to take the temperature, the water temperature of the sample at this point, and not use the temperature, the water temperature we used earlier to get the water temperature of the actual sample. This needs to be the temperature of the water in this cylinder with the specific gravity, with the hydrometer. The temperature right now, whatever that specific gravity is. The water temperature we took earlier when we first collected the sample, it should be what the ocean actually is at your site. This wants to be whatever the temperature is in here. Later in the summer, you will notice that this water is warmer. It's been sitting in the sun now for 15 minutes than the sample was out in the ocean. So we will we'll take a reading from the hydrometer and mark this down. And you want to make sure you're not touching the hydrometer while you're taking the measurement. This will be moving around. You want to take this measurement at the water level. There will be a bit of a meniscus up alongside the hydrometer. You want to make sure you're looking straight across it and taking the measurement right at the water level. And this is 1.020, and the temperature, and again the temperature of this sample at this time is right at 16 degrees Celsius. We can check the specific gravity measurements and the water temperature in the sample now and get the salinity using these tables that are in your manual. The specific gravity we measured of 1.020 and the water temperature of 16 degrees. Work your way down until you come from 16 degrees down, 1.020 across, and you get 26.1. That number is your salinity. Again, we've measured salinity we've calculated salinity based on the water temperature of your sample here and the measure from the hydrometer. So 26.1 gets entered on your data sheet. Specific gravity here, read at a temperature here, calculates to a salinity here. And again, I want to stress that it's important to take this water temperature from this sample. Do not use your original water temperature from the sample bucket.